What is up, my apprentices? This is your master Pokemon Andy speaking, and today I'm bringing you a U match against ryder25 that I found on Elo stream yesterday. And this match was actually pretty interesting and explains and my thought process of this match is pretty good because it's still fresh in my mind. So looking at potential leads from this guy's team is Flygon, Deoxys, or Rotom. By the looks of his team, I'm thinking that his Flygon is Scarfed and his Porygon 2 is a special wall, and Deoxys is his physical wall, so they could cover each other's weaknesses pretty well. And I'm thinking that there's a Trick Scarfer, and that this Kingdra is just a standard Rain Dance Kingdra, and this Tornadus is a special attacker to take advantage of the rain. So, like I said, his leads could be Flygon, Deoxys, or Rotom, and the best thing that I have to counter all three of them is Donphan, because it can take Flygon's hits for days. If Deoxys wants to lead off and set up his hazards, I could just rapid spin them away. And if he wants to lead off with Rotom, I could just get off my Stealth Rocks because he does have two things weak to it. So either way, it's a win-win situation, even though if I get tricked, this Choice Scarf. So he actually opts to lead off with his Flygon, and I'm going to lead off with my Donphan. He actually goes for the U-turn just to break my Sturdy and switch out into an appropriate counter, which it turns out to be his Rotom Heat. So I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rocks. He was probably predicting that, so his Rotom Heat won't take any damage. So right here, I'm just going to be predicting the trick because I don't want my Donphan to get tricked, because just in case it gets locked into like Ice Shard or Earthquake, I can't rapid spin away Deoxys entry hazards. But he actually shows me he's a defensive Rotom because he does show the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm able to switch out into my own Rotom just to get the trick off. And he actually goes for the Will-O-Wisp again, predicting my switch. And now since he did it again, I am predicting another Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to switch out into my Roserade because he still is locked in, and now I can set up my Toxic Spikes, and that burn does not bother me because I do have the natural cure. So all around, that was my best switch in. And he actually gonna switch out into his Porygon 2 as I'm gonna set up my first layer of Toxic Spikes, which is pretty good. And I know of an Ice Beam from this Porygon 2 will not be able to take me out because this is a specially defensive Roserade. So I will be able to get off my second layer of Toxic Spikes. And now I know this Porygon 2 will go for the Ice Beam, but like I said, I know I will be able to live this because, like I said, I am especially defensive and I've taken hits before. So I'm just planning to leave Roserade in as fodder, so I can just get a free switch into my Heracross. So I'm just gonna go for the Giga Drain right here just to get as much damage as possible. And he does kill me off with a Tri-Attack just in case I wanted to switch out into something to take the Ice Beam. A Tri-Attack will do more because it is stab or whatever. So now, like I said, I'm going to switch out into my Heracross, and there is no need to overpredict, so I am just going to go for the close combat. Because even if he did switch, his Porygon 2 will take Stealth Rock damage and it will get Toxic Poison. So it did not bother me in the slightest. So now he's going to send out his Tornadus, and I am going to be fearing the Hurricane or whatever. So I'm going to switch out into my Rotom Heat because it is part electric, and electric does resist flying move. But he actually goes for the substitute and goes for the Brick Break this turn. So now I know this is a Xenon set like it suggests on the nickname, with Flight Gem and Acrobatics. So I'm going to Volt Switch out into something that can take that moveset. And my counter to that Tornadus will be my Donphan because, like I said, it is my physical wall. And I was hoping that this Leftovers would take me up to my Sturdy, but unfortunately it is not. And I went for the Ice Shard here because I did not want him to I wanted him to stay in because I knew that Ice Shard would do more than 25%, and this Acrobatics will not take me out because even if it's boosted, I knew it would not be able to take me out. And now he is forced to stay in because he doesn't want to just fodder, unless he just wants to fodder it off later to die from entry hazards, but I don't really see the point to it. So I am going to be able to take out that Tornadus with another Ice Shard, and that is one threat out of the way. And now he's actually going to send out his Kingdra right here, but it's pretty good for me because I know he's going to go for the Rain Dance, but I knew he was going to go for the Rain Dance, but I wasn't sure because Donphan could be a threat to him, and Earthquake would have done a lot more. It was just too risky in my mind because he could have just taken me out with a Surf. But either way, some damage is damage, so I'm just going to go for another Ice Shard. And unfortunately, I do get a critical hit right here. But in the long run, it does not matter because as you'll see right here, he is Life Orb. And along with the toxic damage, that will be racking up really fast. So I would have potentially been able to stall him out. And now he's at pretty low HP, so I can just send out my own Kingdra just to bait him into going for a dragon move. And I'm going to double switch out into my Escavalier because I know I won't be taking anything from dragon moves. So now Life Orb and toxic damage will take him out. So I do have an advantage right here because I do have my banded Escavalier right here. And I know nothing on this team can really take me out except for this Rotom. And now I'm going to be fearing the Will-O-Wisp or the Overheat. So I'm going to switch out into my own Rotom to take that. But he actually predicts that goes with a Thunderbolt just to get as much damage as possible on my Rotom. But that will do him much good because I still do resist it. And that won't do anything. So he's going to be forced to switch out. And I just went for a Thunderbolt. And as he switches out into his Flygon. And of course it is immune. So it's whatever. I didn't really mind. So right here, I'm just planning to leaving Rotom as fodder because I do want to safe switch into something. So I saw that he was locked into Outrage, so I'm going to switch out into my Escavalier because I know I can take one, even two. So I can just retaliate back with an Iron Head. And like I said, it is banded, it is stabbed, it's a Escavalier. That is no way it's not going to kill. So now he's going to send out his Rotom once again. And this Rotom comes in a lot. It's so annoying. But once again, I'm going to switch out, this time into my Kingdra, so I can quad resist the fire move. But he actually goes for the Thunderbolt, once again predicting my switch, which was okay. I knew it wasn't going to be a 2-hit KO anyway, so that's why I did that. And I can kill it back with a Waterfall. But unfortunately, I will be at a low amount of HP where Life Orb will take me out. So that is pretty unfortunate. But now at least it's a blind switch. So I'm just going to send out my Escavalier right here, and he is going to send out his last. So I have two Pokemon. This is his last, and I will win because that Deoxys is Toxic Poison. So this is basically my game. So as long as I don't miss my Mega Horn, it's all good. And like I said, it is banded, it's stabbed, it's super effective, nowhere it's going to live. Even if I did miss, I still had Heracross in the wings with another Mega Horn that would have taken it out. So either way, it was still my game. So good game, Ryder. He does not have a YouTube account, so I will not leave a link in the description. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.